Hello, how are you today? Today's lesson I'm going to talk about everything works according to the universal laws. Do you know there is a laws? Whether you believe them or whether you don't believe them, but everything works according to the laws. You might be thinking what to do with myself, with the universal laws. The laws are just like driving a car, and there's a laws. If we don't drive properly, and then if we drive it wrong, and there is always circumstances as a laws we have to pay. So same with the as a human life, as a human being, and we are working with and within the laws. So if we are not working with and within the laws, we might be working against of ourselves, whatever we working toward to as a goals or relationships or job or business or whatever the environment you're working for, and we might be working against of whatever we're trying to work to achieve our results. So everything works according to the universal laws, and of course with our mind as human being. So you might think I don't have to worry about these laws, but whether you worry about it or think about it or whether you don't, but they are working. Okay, today I'm going to give you the example of these laws, and let me introduce myself. My name is Anita Bansal. I am consultant of thinking to result, and this is what I learned from my mentor Bob Proctor. Everything works according to our mind and the universal laws. Since I know these laws, since I know how this mind works, it's so beautiful. Now I am aware of there is a laws and how to use my own mind, and then it's so beautiful to knowing that, and you can start living according to. Otherwise, if you don't know how your mind works or how your universal law, and then maybe we are working against of ourselves all the time, we're not even aware of it. I mean, how bad is that? If you're not even aware of it, you might be working against of yourself all the time. Once you know how your mind works, once you know how the universal laws is so beautiful to know that, then you can work according to. Your life becomes peaceful, your life becomes is beautiful because you know how the universal laws and you know how the mind works. Otherwise life is a struggle. I have been there before, and I was complaining about everything. I was struggling with the why people behave like that, or why don't they think like that, and I used to complain all the time. But now I'm very much aware of it, how to use my own mind. It doesn't matter how people are behaving, how people they think or they do things. It doesn't really matter as long as I know how I'm using my own mind. And then it's so beautiful to knowing that, it just to knowing that it's just become peaceful, because you don't react to the situations, you don't react the way people think or talk, and then you try to respond, you try to communicate. It's so beautiful to knowing that. Okay, let me share the slides with you, and then we're gonna start talking further. Just 1 second. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Just 1 second. Okay, so welcome to Proctor Gallagher consultant facilitation training and law for traction. So law for traction is we are working with the laws, we are working with the universal laws. So this is what I'm talking about, universal laws. So what is really universal laws? I'm going to give you the example, and everything to do with the human being. All you have to know, there is a laws, there is a beyond something working us. So that's all you have to know. Once you know that, and then we can start learning about the laws. So I give you an example. You got the example. Just see, if the day comes, like say it's the daytime, and then always gonna night fall, the after day always night gonna fall. So that means it's a beyond in as a human power, something is working beyond us, and it's not in our human control. And all we have to know, after day there's going to be a night, or after night there's going to be a day. That's all we have to know, because it's beyond human power or control. Something is working as a universal laws. So they are going to give you another example. The season comes, I don't know how many seasons where you are living, but there is sometimes four seasons, like winter, and then after winter there's a autumn, there's a spring, and then summer. And you might have a two season or one season, does not really matter. But then again, how many seasons falls, but it's beyond human power, and it's working all the time, and it's not in our control. We can control that, or it's not going to be summer, or it's not going to be winter, but it's beyond in our as a human control. And it's gonna come, and it's working, it's going to work, it's gonna definitely, has been working, it's going to work, it is working now, and it's gonna keep working in the future. This is how the universal laws are. And then like a beach, the tide goes in, the tides come out. It's beyond in human power. If I say the tide gonna go in, the tide not gonna come out, it's not gonna happen, is it? It's not gonna gonna happen according to me, but it's gonna happen. Tide goes in, the tide come out. Again, it's a law, it's a universal law. There's another law. Everything in the universe, as like plants or trees, the animals, is beyond human power. It's working day and night, and we are not control of that. All we control of, we have to know these laws, how these laws works. That's all we have to know. So all we have to know, there is a beyond human, there is a control, human working all the time. Is working all the time, day and night is working. And all we have to know how these laws works. That's all we have to know. And so please make sure, all you have to know, there is a laws and they are working. All you have to know how these laws works, and that's all you have to know with your own mind. And what is the relation with the own mind and universal laws? What is the working with and within? We have to know that how these laws works as a human as a human being. So that's all we have to know. So there is a universal laws, and they're working day and night, just like the earth is revolving once a day. So in 24 hours it goes around, it comes back again. So that is a law. So everything works according to the law in the universal laws. Are we working with and within the universal laws? We have to ask this question. It's very important. Are we really working with and within the universal laws, or are we working out of the laws? You might be thinking, if everything's working according to the law, and then how that working with and within universal laws? Because as a human being, we have the power to to work with the laws, or we can work against of laws. But we have to know what these laws are, and where we working against, where we are working for favor. This is the most important, to knowing that. So everything works in the universal laws. Like I'm going to give you one example, law of polar opposite. So there is in the universe, two energies are working day and night. Polar opposite is either negative or positive. These energy works together, negative and positive. We cannot separate them, they work together. We have to learn how to work with this energy. So we cannot separate them, we cannot make them, oh, I should be only work think about positive, but without negative you're not gonna think positive. So we have to know negative energy also, we have to know positive energy also, and how to work together. So because without day there's not night, without night there's no day, so they are work together. So this is what we have to understand. As a human being, we are working with and within the laws. So there is a law of polar opposite, either negative or positive, but how to work together, not against, each other together. So that's all we have to know. And if you do need a further help, send the message, ask all the questions around goals or around lessons, or follow the business page. So there is a business page you can start following and learning more about the contents. And if you need a further help, and just inbox me, and you can, yeah, just inbox me and send the message, and book online, and I can answer all the questions around the universal laws, or about the lesson I have been sharing. Or if you are interested to do thinking to result, thinking into result is all about personal goals, professional goals, and how to achieve them. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share. And if you are interested to do thinking to result, and just inbox me, send the message. And people who take the action, they see the reaction as results. People who just sit there and watch the and gathering the information, it doesn't help them much. Of course the lesson going to help you, but things doesn't move that much. But you do need a mentor, accountability partner, like where you can uh, validate yourself and let them know you are working whatever you're working as information. And mentor is the most important. And yeah, I think that's all. Hopefully this lesson going to help you. And if you like the YouTube, please give thumbs up, and thank you for letting me share the information with you, and believing in this information. And I'm really grateful. Thank you, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.